So good evening to all of you and welcome to this evening's program of health and wealth and reinventing yourself at midlife. Now, just because we said midlife doesn't mean the younger people in the room should feel, oh, that's far away from me. Maybe I'm in the wrong room. As happened in a previous program of mine, there was a 20-year-old girl who entered the room and she said, I saw all these old people around me. I was thinking I'm in the wrong room. Then after the program was over, she said, I realized that these are all things that I have to do now if I want to be like them at their age. So if you're a youngster also, please don't think you're in the wrong room. You're welcome. Please stay with us. And because what we're going to talk today is going to be helpful and useful to everybody. Okay? So let me start with my screen sharing. So today we are talking about reinventing both your future wellness and your wealth, and not just reinventing it, but to master it. See, many of us, when we reach midlife, our lives are in turmoil. I have intentionally put this color like this because it's a dull, frightening color. But actually, it is a time for transformation. And if you look here, I put this purposely in yellow color so that you understand our lives can blossom, our lives can improve like this if we make our minds up. And that is what we are going to teach you today. And our midlife mastery session is about telling you that midlife is a time for transformation. It is not a time for decline. But in many of our minds, we are so obsessed with aging being a negative experience that we start worrying about a lot of things about what our future is going to hold for us. And as Zig Ziglar says, what you get by achieving your goals is not as important as who you become by achieving your goals. So you have worked your whole life, you reach midlife. Have you become a better human being? Have you become a person who's found meaning? Have you become somebody who's satisfied with your life? Many of us, when we reach midlife, even if we were satisfied earlier, we suddenly start questioning all this. We suddenly start thinking, is this the right life for me? Is this is the direction I'm going right? How is old age going to be for me? Who's going to be with me? How much money will I have? All these worries. This is very normal, very natural. But let me tell you that every stage of our life is associated with a unique opportunity for growth. And when it comes to midlife, somehow we feel that growing stops, which is not true at all. Till we reach youth and all that, we are very, very convinced that it's a period of change, a period of growth, a period of, acquiring new skills, etc. But when we reach midlife, we think that the future is only going to be one of decline of health, decline of wealth, loss, loneliness, abandonment, whatever. So what we are going to tell you today is to embrace the journey of midlife as a chance to reinvent your future. I want you all to watch this video for a while. Just a minute. I think I have to activate the sound.
Year is coming to a close, and what have you done this year? One more year gone, are you still alive? And what are you alive to? What are you dead to? When was the last time you saw a full moon or a sunrise? When was the last time you gazed at a mountain or the ocean? Or you looked at a butterfly fly? When was the last time you saw a flower blossom or kicked a ball? When was the last time you smiled at yourself? When was the last time you looked back and could laugh at yourself? for the last few days of the year and the years to come. Get into the act and make it happen for yourself. Come alive.
How many of you feel that you are fully alive to life right now? Raise your hands. Do you feel that you could actually be more alive? How many of you saw a butterfly or an ocean or something in nature, something beautiful? And when did you last see that? I saw the ocean just a couple of weeks ago, and I every day look at the sky. You see, not all hands are going up. So this is what we are doing to our lives. That we are limiting our lives because we think that we don't have any time for what is actually a very simple, normal thing in everybody's life. So let us see how we can change that.
Oh.
So this is what they call a midlife transition. There are lots of conflicts in our mind, and we suddenly stop and think. In fact, there are some people in my community who have approached me with these problems. They have unrealized goals. Their own self-perception of who they are, what they can be is very, very different and is changing. All of us put on weight after the age of 35. We get a middle-age spread. We start feeling that we don't look good. We feel our face sagging. We feel that we don't have enough energy. So we are also afraid of health issues. And health issues also start creeping in depending upon the kind of life we have lived. So all of these are what make us uneasy when we reach midlife. But let me tell you that in our lives, we have two mountains which we climb. The first mountain, normally we climb this mountain up to the age about 40, 45. It is social status, material gain, financial security, career, etc. And these are the definitions of success by society also. Some of us during this process find our purpose in life. But most of us are just drifting through life. We are not even sure where we are going, why we are doing what we are doing. We don't know our why, we don't know our what, we don't know our how. And some of us are in denial that life has more to offer for us. A few of us have just resigned ourselves. Okay, this is humdrum. This is the comfort level I'm in, and I'll keep going in this. Why should I venture out of this comfort level? Why should I take any kind of risk? Everything is sort of stable, this thing. Let me just resign to this life. Doesn't matter if it is boring, if it is humdrum and there is no advancement. But what actually happens to us when we try to transform at midlife is we start seeking and working on creating time freedom. We want also emotional freedom. We want to leave all the baggage of the past behind. We want to move forward. We become more loving. We become more caring. We understand that life is not about all the petty things that we've been carrying in our mind all along. We all seek more leisure. After retirement, we like to go on trips. We like to, enjoy life. We like to go to the club. We like to sit down, have a chat with friends. And this becomes a very conscious realization that we experience. But what you need to understand is another thing creeps in at this stage. Once I'm gone, how will people remember me? How will they think of me? What will I leave behind to show that I have been here and I have contributed to the world? So a sense of legacy comes. But when you have this creepy feeling that you have to leave a legacy, you have to be very clear in your purpose, and you should have found meaning in your life. And you also are very keen on giving. You want to impact humanity. You want to give of your talent, your skills, your whatever God has blessed you with. And you start even giving money to donations and things like that. But this need not wait till midlife for it to start happening. So and that's why I told the younger people, you can start thinking about it even at this level, below the age of 40 itself. But most of us come to this realization between 45, 55, 60. So understand that this is waiting for you at the beyond midlife. So start focusing on these things, and that is what we're going to help you to do. But what blocks us? It is our childhood programming. It's all deeply embedded in our subconscious, in our body, in the DNA, the school system, the family and friends, the direct experiences. All of this have programmed us that this is your limitation. It has created a whole bundle of limiting beliefs, which keeps blocking us. No, I'm too old to try something. I had this dream of becoming a musician, but then I'm 45 now. How will I ever achieve that dream? But it will always be a regret in my soul. So nothing will change until you overcome this childhood programming. So it's not easy. Though I'm saying that we can promise you a future, etc., you have to work on it. And you have to consciously overcome the subconscious programming, which is limiting you and restricting you. Because everyone is born with a purpose. And if you don't find it and live it, you will find that you don't get full happiness in life. What is a purpose-driven life? You have aspirations. You accomplish them. You have a meaningful life. You accomplish your goals. You champion others. You live your dreams. You have a fulfilling family. You empower yourself and others. You have freedom to be what you are and who you are and do what you want. You have a lot of strong friendships. You have joy in your life, personal growth, good health. You may have fancy cars, a big home, all that also. Your value system gets very, very deeply honed when you lead a purpose-driven life. Now, just watch this video also, and I hope it inspires you. So understand, these are the limiting beliefs that we create in our own minds. So midlife crisis is a critical juncture, yes. But it's a time when you have to reevaluate your own personal aspirations. What is it you want to do before you die? Any of us can die anytime. But as we grow older, this preoccupation with our own mortality becomes much bigger than it was earlier in life. And as we grow older, the society also tells us, listen, this is not for you. You can't do more than this. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't do that. So this also worsens our experience of how inadequate we are. So this creates an internal pressure, which worsens the conditions that we are going through. So what are the stages of midlife crisis? First, we deny that we are growing old. We cheat ourselves in many ways. Then we become afraid that we are growing old. After a while, we get depressed. Please mute yourself. We get depressed. And only after that, we reach acceptance. And only after that, we get into re-evaluation. So we are hoping that we skip all these steps and bring you to re-evaluation in today's session. So what are some of the signs you may be going through as a midlife crisis? You may have lost interest in everything that's happening with you. You may think the future is very dismal. You may think your best years are behind you. There's nothing more to serve in the future. You may think every bad day means that things are never going to get better. You feel slowly you're losing your mind. Then you get body pains, you get weight gain, you become very obsessed with your appearance, or you stop caring about your appearance. Okay, I'm 70, so it doesn't matter how I dress. So these are all some indications that maybe you should think, are these red flags there in my life? Because like Ron Young says, gathering the building blocks at each turning point. I told you, right from childhood, there are multiple turning points in our life. And it's a psychosocial development we go through. The crossing one stage and getting into the next stage, resolving that stage is what gives success for this next stage. So for midlife, you have to resolve your adolescent and young adult stages and understand you're wiser, more mature, more capable, and you know what is important in life, what is not so important. You are less you don't take too many risks. You understand. As an adolescent, you take unnecessary risks without realizing the consequences. So all of this changes in us. And when you know who you are and you fit into society and develop your intimate relationships based on this, then you avoid midlife misery. So it's a time of tremendous transformation, a new sense of self, clearer understanding of goals, substantial personal development. It's a powerful wake-up call. And it's an opportunity for us to introspect and improve ourselves. Now, this age of upheaval during midlife transition is necessary. This huge upheaval is necessary because if bad things don't happen to us, sometimes we don't change. We don't take the right direction. Interestingly enough, both Mr. Sendil and I had some kind of epiphany and something bad happening to us 8 years ago. Do I have your permission to briefly share something about me? What happened 8 years ago? 8 years ago, during a routine health checkup, I was diagnosed with cancer rectum grade 3. And this was quite a blow. And what happened? I was 69 years old. I was worried, who's going to hold my head during chemotherapy when I'm vomiting? How am I going to manage? I was not very worried because I'd made some degree of savings. So I knew I could pay for my health care. But I had to accept the diagnosis, understand that they told me I had a 30 to 50% chance of being dead in 6 months if I didn't take proper action at the right time. So I had to make decisions on what treatment I want, where can I get the best treatment. I had to marshal all my resources, who will help me, what is the amount of money, will my insurance cover, won't it cover? All of these things I had to handle. Now, why I'm sharing this with you was 2016, I personally feel I created the cancer because it was a bad year for me emotionally, mentally. I went through a lot of difficulties with relationships and with my family, with friends, with people I felt betrayed. I had a lot of resentment and I was bottling up all this in me and I stopped taking care of myself. I stopped loving myself. I told myself, look, okay, you've reached 69, you've done whatever, you've got some name, fame, money, whatever. Why carry on? It's enough. Just stop. There's no point in carrying on. Who's going to care whether you're alive or dead? This kind of very negative I became. And I feel that I created the cancer because otherwise I was reasonably healthy for many years. But having that realization, what I did was I decided that I can make it all right. And though it was not a midlife crisis, it was a little late life crisis. I completely transformed my life in the past 8 years. And I have no evidence of cancer in my body. 3 normal PET scans. The marker for cancer is gone. It's been normal continuously for 5 years. So if I can overcome something like that at this age, anybody can overcome anything in their health. That is my message to all of you. So thank you for listening to my personal story. So sometimes it takes an upheaval to kick sense into our heads. Till then, we are very complacent and we carry on in a comfort zone. So sometimes don't regret that something major disturbed you. So if you have an optimistic outlook, you have the right resources, and we are willing to be your resource person, guiding you, helping you, and you create emotional resilience. I'm a resilience coach, so we teach people how to bounce back. I have a concept called stress fitness, where I say you build up your skills from young age so that no matter what life throws at you, you will be able to navigate the waters of your life, not just midlife. And remember that rejection is actually telling you that you're living your life in the wrong direction. It's giving you redirection towards something which is much better. And that is exactly what has happened both in Mr. Sendil's life and my life. So what are the things we worry about as we are growing older? We worry about our mental, physical decline. So we'll teach you how to be mindful and not have a mind full of stuff. So how do you overcome? We'll teach you how bringing the importance of self-care, how daily physical activities matter. And no matter what physical state you are in, you don't have to go to the gym and lift weights. There are many other low intensity physical activities which can stimulate the brain and help you. Then staying continuous learning is very, very crucial to keep the brain going. Because as far as the brain is concerned, if you don't use parts of the brain, you use it or lose it. And understand that neurons that fire together will wire together. So the more you do something, the better the connections get, the tighter the connections get, the more your brain responds and will support the activity. In nature, there is no room for redundance. So if a particular neuron is not doing a job, the system gets rid of it. It doesn't keep it doing less efficiently. Then managing your chronic health issues, get into a good relationship with your doctor and create a plan. Self-care is very important. Self-care is not being selfish. So self-love is important. Self-kindness is important. Self-compassion is important. I didn't have all that in 2016 when I was going through this crisis. And I feel that landed me into where I was. Also, I did not restrict myself just to the allopathic. I approached all physical, mental, spiritual, social, emotional balance. So holistic therapy. And we advocate holistic therapies, and we bring in a lot of other programs as well. In fact, tomorrow I'm doing a free Ho'oponopono Hawaiian prayer workshop between 7 and 8:30 a.m. All of you are welcome to join it. Please join my WhatsApp group. All the information will be there. Securing financial stability. I'm not going to talk at all about this because Mr. Sendil is going to do a beautiful presentation for you on exactly how to handle this. But what we need to know is we need to know where we are. We need to understand the benefits of retirement planning, not when we are old, but when we are younger. And we have to get financial literacy. None of us is taught about how to manage money or what is money throughout school, college, nowhere. Unless you are actually doing something related to finance, like being a chartered accountant or something. The average person, and particularly women, we are never taught anything about finance. I, for instance, knew nothing about finance. I just sort of stumbled along and did what I, as and when I felt what I felt. But luckily, I'm not too bad. I got to a reasonably comfortable state. Many of us, when we reach midlife, we feel that we are no longer relevant. Nobody values us anymore. We are not important for anything, especially when you retire. You had this presence in the office, somebody recognized you for what you wear, etc. So when you retire and you're sitting at home, you're just that gentleman who's retired and sitting there. We're very happy. You take your rest. That's the way the family looks at it. But taking rest after retirement is the worst thing you can do. What you need to do is start pursuing your passion, start pursuing your hobbies. Because if you sit down and just say, I'll do nothing post-retirement, you will actually decrease your longevity, decrease your health. One of the ways to open up is to volunteer. There are a lot of NGOs who need our help. We all have special talents. We have a lot of wonderful things we can do. So go and offer your services to them. And just tell them, listen, I'm here to do it free. I'm an expert in this. I can do this for you. And when you are feeling irrelevant, sit down, evaluate. What are the goals you can get? What can you do something which you've been wanting to do all your life? If you start sitting and focusing on that, it helps you to stay motivated and focused. The other thing which happens to him during midlife is the emptiness syndrome. The children have grown up, gone away, just the father and mother are there, and they're feeling very lonely. They feel that they have nothing to do because they have made their entire life about their parenting responsibility. Actually, if you look in nature, what we do as humans is very wrong and abnormal. When a tiger gives birth to tiger cubs, it looks after the cub, protects the cub, but as the tiger cub grows, it teaches the cub to hunt. And then when it is able to hunt on its own, the mother just lets the tiger cub go. But we don't. We carry on holding on to our children till they are 30, 40, 50, and some of us become overprotective and actually restrict our children. In fact, I have a one-to-one coaching client who keeps saying, I feel I'm in a box. I feel I'm in a cage because he's 39 and his mother is still controlling him. And she's being very overprotective. And when you talk to the mother, she says, I said, as a child, unless you fall, how will you learn to walk? She said, no, madam, my fear is that he should not fall. I've been preventing him from falling. I've been protecting him from falling. Now, if she's no longer there, how is he going to handle stress in his life? So this is another thing that we do. So when you have your children have left home, find your peers, make friends, spend time with them, and look at this as freedom. I tell women with menopause, when they're struggling, I tell them, actually, you're free from the menstrual pressures of menstruation. So embrace this time as a time of freedom. Loneliness, abandonment. See, you can just go out into the community and do so many things. Engage in helping others. Then you've got technology. You can do, FaceTime, and you can talk to your family, whether they are here or wherever they are. And loneliness, best friend is having a pet. If you have a dog, for instance, you will get unconditional adoring. The dog will adore you and you will feel great. Let me tell you that. So this is the time for you to also address your regrets and your unpursued dreams. What are the stages of your dream life? Somebody please mute yourself. Okay. We have to. Yeah, they've all muted themselves anyway. Sorry about that. It cuts the flow. Anyway, when we are doing our dream life, understand that there are stages for our dreams to realize. And initially, you want to identify a dream and say that your life is not a black hole, that you cannot have dreams, you don't have the right to have dreams. Create comfort. Take a dream and understand how you feel about it. Try it out. So life feels good. That should be the emotion that you have. Then you create happiness from the dream so that you're happy to be alive and you're happy to be pursuing that dream. And Mr. Sendil will tell you how this dream can also help you to create wealth. And then not only will you have your dream life, you will also have the wealth to fuel your dream life and your health, which will also help you to fuel your dream life. Remember that we were all children once. Over the development and our subconscious suppression and repression and all that, what has happened is we have forgotten to be in touch with our inner child. We have lost the sense of wonder. When we see beauty around us, everything, God's creation, there is so much beauty around us. So stop being regretful. Appreciate the beauty around you, like in the Sadhguru video. Look at nature. There is so much to appreciate and be thankful for. And learn to live a life of gratitude. Be grateful for everything you have. Count your blessings. And remember that self-love, self-respect, self-approval, and self-worth are not being selfish. So don't fear death, but be more frightened of a life that you did not live properly. You wasted your life. That is something to regret on your deathbed. So you don't have to live forever. You just live this life well. And you'll find that not only will you create meaning and legacy and all those wonderful things I said under a purpose-driven life, that you will also be happier. So understand that death can happen to any of us anytime. Be aware of your mortality and understand that we don't have time to waste. So be in the present. Our bodies are always in the present. So don't keep your mind in the past and your body in the present. Then you cannot progress. So keep your mind and your body in the present, and you'll find that, and don't worry about the future. Just use today, make the best of today, do your best today. And we are there to mentor you. Understand that when you join communities like this, the power of meeting like-minded people is there. And your social interactions, if you're a person who's been isolating yourself, it gives you an opportunity for social interaction. And of course, we've got all the social media way of interacting with others, but be careful about this and getting addicted to it. So transforming midlife crisis into midlife opportunity is time to reinvent yourself. It's as simple as that. But when we do that, focus on things that matter and things that you can control. Don't waste your time on other things. See, there are 3 circles. One is the circle of control. The second circle is circle of influence. Third is the circle of concern. Things that you can control, yes, you will be focused there. Circle of influence is things that are not entirely in your control, but which you can influence and bring into your control, like money, for instance. But circle of concern are things which are totally out of your control. But majority of us are worrying about all that, and we don't get into the circle of influence and circle of control. So what are the things that you can control? Your boundaries. Lay boundaries. So much and no more. You have to tell people how close they can get to you. Your thoughts and actions, the goals you set, what you give your energy to, how you talk to yourself, and how you handle challenges. These are totally out of your control. But many of us are focused on this. What will happen to me? What will other people think of me? What will be the outcome of all these efforts I'm taking? Okay, my wife, I've told her so many times, but she doesn't take care of herself. You can't control how others take care of themselves. Oh, I did this and so has this bad opinion about me, good opinion about me. You can't control the opinions of others, the actions of others. You can't control the future. You can't control the past. So stay here, because that is totally within your control, and work on it. And set a vision and set achievable goals that will inspire you to move forward. This is called inspired action. And when you work with us, we have a WhatsApp class coming up on Friday and Saturday, I think, 2 days. And we've also got a bigger program where we go into greater depth. So we'll tell you about those things. But your goals have to be such that you feel they are attainable. Because setting a goal and not making it achievable will defeat you. And it's all about mindset change. So if you change your mindset, you can get into 20x happiness. And just listening to us, going away is not enough. What you need to do is follow through and have overlapping action. We have mechanisms for that, and we will help you and guide you how to do that. And once you achieve your goals, don't stop there. You have to be consistent on working of the learned strategies that you have learned to transform. So with this, I will hand you over to Mr. Sendil, who is a wealth architect, a certified financial planner. He works very closely with entrepreneurs and high net worth clients to build, manage, and protect business wealth effectively and efficiently. And as you can see, he helps people to enhance and improve their personal wealth. So over to you, Mr. Sendil. I will give you the sharing also. I'll make you.
Doctor, I think I should be able to share. You can be the host, doctor. I think I should be able to share. Let me
See
try.
if you can, otherwise I'll make you host.
No. No, you have disabled. You have to select my name and then do it.
I enable that.
Yes, thanks a lot, doctor. Thank you so much. That was very, very inspiring, actually. I mean, so much of slides and so many beautiful pictures. Thank you so much, doctor. And let me start.
Me mute myself also.
Yes. Can someone say, like, they're able to see my screen? Is my screen visible? Nishan?
Yes, you
Yes,
can.
we can.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Yeah. So let me start with a small question. So you see a beautiful picture here. I mean, one or two of you, can you share your observations on this picture? Just for 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 5 seconds. What do you see in
Scenery is
this picture?
beauty. Scene is
Very
beauty,
nice.
but the roads are ups and downs.
Roads are ups and downs. Very nice. Beautiful picture. Roads are ups and downs. Beautiful. Any other comment, please? Thanks, doctor.
We are
The
seeing the road, but
destination is
not the
not
destination.
known.
Huh?
We are
Destination
not
is
seeing the
not known.
destination.
Destination is not known. Okay. So you're seeing something like, some, yeah, correct. Yeah. Anything else?
A broad road narrowing down.
A broad road narrowing down. Okay. So I'm going to use this. Yeah. So you can all go on mute. Thank you. Thank you. You can all go on mute. And I'm going to use this. Sorry.
All of you mute yourselves now and give the
I
floor
think I
to
should be able to do it, doctor.
Mr.
I think when I
I-
go here, I can do mute all. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I've done that. Okay.
Okay,
Little
right.
bit.
Thank you.
I've done that. So I've muted all. And I'm going to use this as my backdrop for all my slides. The reason is very, very simple. Like, as the doctor said, we really don't know, like, where we are, but we can figure it out. So long term, we will be able to define it. And short term is where, like, you'll see these ups and downs. You don't know whether to turn left or right, but through hand holding, through mentoring and through coaching, yes, you'll be able to see it. So let's proceed. Okay. Generally, I talk about there are two worlds. The two worlds. And there's an acronym called HWR. HWR. Can somebody say what is this HWR stands for? HWR is an acronym.
It's health, wealth, and relationships.
Health, wealth, and risk. Absolutely, absolutely. I think somebody wants to join right now. I'm just, admitting them. Okay, good. Thanks, Maninder, for joining. Okay. So you're bang on. It's called health, wealth, and relationships. So this is an external world. People look at, like, what kind of cars you're coming, like, how fit you are, what kind of relationships, like, you do, which social clubs you go and do it. That I call it as an external world. It is very important. External world is very, very important. That's where we go and interact. But what is more important is called, like, internal world. I'll be talking about something called an internal world. I say the internal world is all about TME. That's also an acronym. Can somebody say what is this T, M, and E stands for? HWR is health. Time.
Time, money,
Correct. And E stands for?
economy.
No. Energy levels. So that's where doctor is talking about. So internal world is all about, like, do you have time to do whatever you want to do in life? That you only will be able to do it. So doctor asked me, like, and this month is a very, very important month for me called July, where a lot of tax filing, everything will be coming, portfolio reviews will be coming. So, but doctor said, like, this is what is very, very important. And then I'm going to take this to the community, whether you can dedicate something. So that's for time. Similarly, money. I can be very wealthy, but, like, am I able to spend for my essentials? Am I doing it? Am I spending it? Or I'm just only, like, being a miser. So money, like, money is not only keeping in the bank, but you should experience things. When I saw the slides of doctor, it was very inspiring. Like, some of the places, definitely it was good, actually. And E stands for energy. Look at my doctor, like, at this age, like, she was so energetic and thinking about how to add value, how to share things. I think that's what is very, very important, like, how we can do it. I think one more person wants to join. Let me admit. So I've already admitted them. Okay, thank you. So let me introduce something about myself here. I'm a cost accountant by myself. Cost accountant is CMA. certified management accountant, studied in Vivekananda College. And I started my career in TCS, Tata Consultancy Services. For about 17 long years, I was in TCS. They helped me to go through different countries and continents, whether US or Singapore or Australia. So I had an opportunity to spend 4 years, 3 years, 2 years, and all that stuff. And at one point in time, when I came back, I wanted to buy a very decent flat by Seabros. Seabros is one of the good builders. So I thought I'll go and buy that flat. And the EMI is called equated monthly installment, was very, very high. So I thought, let me change the job. So I went to, there's a company called Satyam Computers. So I went to a company called Satyam Computers. And life was very beautiful. So new house, and I had a Honda City car. So everything went so well for first 2 years. One fine morning in December, I would say around 2008, one fine, or 2009, I would say. Sorry, 2008 only, 2008 December. One fine morning, a news comes saying that the share price of the entire Satyam was tumbling down because there was accounting fraud that happened in that particular company. So what happened was, one side there's an EMI for car, one side there's an EMI for home, and 2 small children going to school. And month on month, we live on EMI. And that was a big blow for me. So doctor was talking about upheaval, like, how you do it, how you come out of it. And it took about 8 long years for me to achieve my financial freedom. So that's a small story. So after 45, I thought, like, I can sit back and relax, do whatever I want. But once again, like, we all think about how to give back and all that stuff. And I ended up here for last 8 years. This is a small story. And today I'm doing a lot of giving back through public channels. One of the channel is called Economic Times. Economic Times is a popular magazine, and they have a Tamil version, ET Tamil, and they have a YouTube channel. I think about 2.25 lakhs. 2.25 lakhs is the subscriber base. So I do a lot of things. I thought this one will be very useful for you because it's a tax filing season. So if you're from Chennai and you want to learn some tax filing tips, you can go and look at it. I think 2.1 lakh views have been there. Like, which one to use, a old regime or a new tax regime? Because tax planning is ethical, tax evasion is unethical. We should not be doing that. Similarly, like, a lot of people say, like, I've been working for 30 long years, 20 long years. There is no sizable savings. So generally, I say if your age is 30, I would say that your 1 year CTC should be as net worth, whether you are keeping that as net worth. If you're 35, I will say 3 years. If you're 40, I will say 5 years of your CTC should be in the net worth. But unfortunately, what happens is people keep spending a lot of money and they don't have all these kind of things. So what doctor said is, I think you should design something and you should share all these kind of nuggets so that whatever you achieve as a financial freedom, I think let the community get the benefit out of it. That's why we are doing this whole program. There are 2 sets of people. Typically, there are 2 sets of people. The 89% of the people belong to the left-hand side category. That means they exchange their time for money. They do the job monotonous, like, they are not inspired, internally inspired. What they try to do is like, salaried job. You can talk about a salaried job. So they all exchange time for money and it is 89%. What about the remaining 11%? The remaining 11% exchange the skill. Take the case of our doctor. Like, look at the kind of experience she has about for 40 years, 40 long years. She goes to the practice, like, in the morning. She meets patients till 1 o'clock. After coming at 1 o'clock, like, she's putting a presentation for us. And like, she's saying that this is what you should be doing in life. But here, like, that's also very important. Like, 11% of the people are there. And if you talk about financial freedom and financial wealth, abundance and all that stuff, it is available only for 11%. Or 10% or 11% of the people are having this. And we are going to help you to move from the left-hand side to the right-hand side, to this one. Now, till I would say around my 35 years or 38 years, you can call whatever years, till 35, I was in this particular, barely in this particular 3 stages. The first one is called financial struggle. What is financial struggle? I get 50,000 rupees a month. And like, my expenses are 60,000 for 3 to 4 months in a year. So that means those 3 or 4 months, I find it a big struggle to do it. So doctor was saying like, can you help the community to come up with a budget? Like, how to do a budget, how to ensure that even for that 4 months, you should not struggle. How can you share? He said, don't worry, doctor, we'll do something. Don't worry. Then the other one is called financial survival. What is survival? You get the money, you spend the money, you are happy about it. But any emergency comes, you're gone, completely gone. Then the next one is like COVID kind of a situation. Something happens for 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, something happens, you're able to manage. This is called financial stability. I would say 89% of the population belong to this particular category. But there are remaining 11% of the category who are into financial confidence. When I say financial confidence, come what may. Whatever happens, let me see it. That is called financial confidence. And there's something called financial security. Even the entire that particular generation or whatever, that particular set of people can live. That is called financial security. There are set of people is called financial independence for 2 or 3 generations they can manage. Take the case of we all talk about in newspapers, we all talk about Mukesh Ambani, how the marriage of his son, Anant Ambani is happening. And we all say how they are squandering the money. I don't know how many people know in this room, if he has 100 rupees, let's assume that if he has 100 rupees, he's spending only 50 paisa, not even 1 rupee for the son's marriage. So I would say if I'm having 100 rupees in my net worth, why can't I spend that 50 paisa? That is called financial abundance. But unfortunately, some of us here, what we do is, for our marriages, we go and borrow and then we start paying EMI. And that starts. Even for higher education, we borrow and then starts. In US, I would say 70% of the kids, US, 70% of the kids who get into the college, I'm talking about US citizens, normal US children, 70% of them will be having a loan by the time they complete the graduation. These kind of things should have been taught to us. Like the doctor said, these should have been taught to us in school days, whether it's 10th standard, 12th standard or college, they should have taught to us. But unfortunately, it's not done. Nothing has gone bad. So we thought what I could achieve in 8 years, I'm sure we'll be able to help you to achieve in 4 to 5 years. So I've been talking to many people and generally I ask a couple of questions what are your goals? What is your goal in your life? And I bucketed them into top 10 goals. What are the top 10 goals? So if you look at the top 10 goals, let me go back. What are the top 10 goals? The number one goal is I really don't know whether I can quit my job today. Today, appraisal season is there, whether I'll get my bonus, costs are going up, whether I can be able to secure my future. So what doctor said is on Saturday and whatever, it's Friday, Saturday, what doctor said is, let's have somebody called an hot seat. I don't know. That's a new terminology I learned from doctor. She said, we'll put somebody in a hot seat. And she said, we will help that particular person to find out what are the exact retirement saving that he or she is required. So we will help that particular person to know. Okay. The next thing is important goal is after COVID, this has come in a big way. That is, can I have 6 to 8 months of my savings so that I can run everything? And some of us are still paying all kinds of loans. Even in a credit card, we pay the minimum dues, but we don't pay the entire bill. So paying off the debt is also becoming very, very big. And the other one is in one of the slides, the doctor was mentioning about financial literacy. So you should know what is meant by IRR, what is meant by CAGR. So you should also know whether to buy a real estate, not to buy a real estate, whether to buy an insurance policy, not to buy an insurance policy, health insurance, should I take it or not take it, whether should I go for top-up insurance or whether I should not go for it. So doctor said, these are basic things I think you should share with the community. So I thought, let me bring that and then put together and then give it to you. The next thing is something is called net worth. At the end of the day, we all born poor. Whatever. We are not we all. I'm saying whatever is our, birth stage was there. The last stages, you would have accumulated a lot of money. But it's also very important that we do a financial audit. So doctor had one slide called financial audit. What it means is that let's say by the age of 30, when you are in 30 years, at least your 1 year of CTC. Let's say my CTC is 15 lakhs. So I should have that 15 lakhs as net worth. What is net worth? Very, very simple. Put down all your assets minus all your liabilities. Assets meaning real assets home, car, gold, everything you put together. Liabilities is what? car loan, home loan, educational loan, and all that. So the difference is called net worth. By the age of 40, I would say you should have at least 5 to 6 times. By the age of 50, at least you should have about 7 to 8 times. By the age of 60, you should have at least 15 times of the net worth, the last drawn salary. Then what will happen is you can go for a comfortable requirement. But there are some people, for example, take the case of Virat Kohli. Okay, he says that I'm going to retire not from all formats of cricket, but he said I'm going to retire from international T20. So what it means is that is you build a net worth as early as possible, then you have time to do whatever you want in life. You can go for vacation every other year. So that also we'll be covering it in Friday, Saturday, or whatever, when doctor talks about it. And everybody wants to have a dream home. Is that possible? Answer is absolutely possible. And you can get the home for free. Let me use the word again. You can get your dream home for free. How is that possible? All it is possible there's a magic word called SIP. If you use that magic word of SIP and then you know where to invest, how to invest, you can get your home for free. Then the next thing is, we all studied in some college, schools and all that stuff. But when it comes to children's education, we think that we have to send it to the best of the colleges. For example, SRM. Let's go for a year SRM Katangalattur in very much in Chennai. When I studied engineering, it should be around 3 lakhs, 2 lakhs and all that stuff. The same engineering for 4 years in SRM Katangalattur in this year, 2024-25, is 20 lakhs for 4 years. I'm only talking about college fees. Similarly, if you want to send your kid for abroad, let's say US or somewhere, minimum 40 to 50 lakhs is required today. So that means education is a big goal. I think we can help you out, how you can try to do it. And health insurance costs are going up the roof. If you get admitted to, let's say a hospital for ICU and all, minimum, that too, if you go for the top three hospitals in Chennai, please note, minimum 50,000 rupees is required because that kind of facility cost is very, very high. Not only that, people I see people coming for filing tax returns with 30 lakhs, 40 lakhs and 50 lakhs, but they find it very difficult to pay the taxes. And on top of it, I'll come and say that pay another 50,000 because you are getting fixed deposit interest. Because you got fixed deposit interest, pay now 50,000. They'll curse me. But I'll say that if you don't pay the 50,000, the Infosys is having all the track of where all you invested. They'll send you a note. They'll send a notice to you. So putting the money in fixed deposit is not tax efficient. So tax planning is very, very important. Not only that, you should have a big plan. So all these things we are going to do it. These are the top 10 goals. What we are going to do is we thought we'll also put together a template. When I say a template, the template will talk about the various kinds of goals. After talking to so many people, there are about 21 different goals, financial goals. So which can be categorized as into 3 different buckets. The 3 different buckets are needs, wants, and dreams. So in one of the slides, doctor said, once you have the wealth, you can even go behind your dreams. So needs is what is very, very simple. Roti, kapda, makan, and all that stuff we can say. That's what is very, very important. Okay, that we'll do it as a need. What is the want? Today, iPhone is becoming a want for many of the people. Today, they say that, if you could talk to a young kid of 24 or 25, they say a Yamaha bike of 2.5 lakhs is a want. They say that I want to drive that particular bike. Similarly, dreams. When I say dreams, there is no limit to it. And there are things that are there. So what I try to say is let's look at, let's restart. Whether your age is 35, 40, 50, 60. Definitely, I would say that you should definitely list down your goals by short term, medium term, and long term. You should look at all your goals. And you start with this and then come to the class on Friday and Saturday. We will tell you whether it's possible or not possible by putting you in one of you. Not all of you, it's not possible. Doctor said she will give me only 30 minutes. She said, I will not give anything more than 30 minutes. So in 30 minutes, we'll show you magic, whether it is possible or not possible on Friday or Saturday. Now, irrespective of where you are, no matter where you are, whether you are in a financial crisis, whether you don't know anything about XIRR, CAGR, budgeting, goals, nothing like that, wherever you are, or you have a lot of debt. Let's assume that you have a car loan, home loan, educational loan, everything you have, no goals at all. Let's assume that I don't have any goals. I don't know, I'm 60. I don't know what to do. Help me out. Don't worry. You please just continue the journey with us. we will help you with how to better your lives. So whatever you saw in the previous slide, that 89% and 11%, what we are trying to say is 89% of the people are in financial struggle, financial survival, and financial stability. That's where they are. That's where the 89% of the population. And I'm sure that if you are an action taker, you can definitely move into that 11% category and you can make your money work for you. It's absolutely possible. So a lot of people ask me, what is this financial independence? The last one is called financial independence. What is this financial independence? Very, very simple. Your money works for you. You don't go to a job for 9 to 5. What happens is your passive income, all your passive income, whether it is rent or whether it is interest income or whether it is dividend income or somebody is working, you create a business and you do a 4-hour work week. You sit back and relax. Somebody goes to the office for you. Somebody does all the jobs and you put a machinery. That machinery gives money to you every month on month. So or you write a book. Let's assume that you write a book and that book sells you make 5,000 rupees a month. So all these things are called as passive income. That passive income takes care of all your expenses. And there's another magic word called SWP. It's called systematic withdrawal plan. So that is a magic word. Through SWP, what happens is you get all your requirements month on month. Okay, so you don't have to do it and you get a peace of mind. I can go to temple or I can go for a vacation. I can relax in the beach. I can go and see the sunshine or and I can see how the butterfly flies, everything. I can go to the park in the morning and I can go to the work at 10:30 or 11 o'clock in the morning, not at 9 o'clock. So all these things are perfectly possible if you achieve that financial wisdom. So there are I would say about 8 different factors to consider. See, wherever you are, you should know what is your current financial situation, where you are today. That's absolutely. And another thing is income potential. We talk about primary source of income. We talk about secondary source of income, how to increase it. What is your passion? Can you convert your passion into money? So is that possible? Answer is absolutely possible. How to handle healthcare costs? Should I go only for policy or can I create a bucket for it? Maybe 10 lakhs. I will keep 10 lakhs for that and then can I do it? Okay. So all these things are market condition. Today, market is very high. We are saying Sensex has crossed 80,000. Nifty is going to touch 25,000. Can I invest now? What will happen? Will it fall down? Yeah, that is also we should look into it. And expenses are going month on month. I am changing my mobile phone every 2 years. iPhone 15 is going to come in September and I'm going to buy that. So expenses are going. Is that possible? What are my investment returns? Am I making below fixed deposits? Am I making below my inflation? There's something called inflation. Is it going to take away? And what are my life goals? There's only one life to live. I mean, I don't want to leave all the money, make all the money and then give it in the bank. But better I enjoy myself. At the same time, the risk of living long. See, today, we are talking about 80 years and 85 years. People are going to live for a very, very long time. So if you're going to live for a long time and if you run out of money, what happens? Not only that, I cannot live only based on my daughters and sons. Like doctor gave a very beautiful example about tiger, right? So what is very important is I don't want to, because at the end of the day, I want to be active. I want to be energetic. That's why I said that internal factor called time, money, and energy. I need to find that energy, internal inspiration. So all these things I should try to do it and always be helpful to the family members. See, when they need some help, you should be there for them. So these are the factors to consider. And I think doctor is coming up with a 2-day program. And I think wherever, so about 35 years, where you want to prepare and plan for your retirement is absolutely fine. And if you're around 40, 45, where your boss is, you're not able to handle the boss and you don't know, you don't want to go to work. You want to retire yesterday, actually. You wanted to retire yesterday. Yes, we will be able to help you. At the same time, whether you're 50 or 60 or 40 or 55 and 60, whether you want to have a holistic well-being, I think doctor will share very, very beautiful nuggets with you. I think with this, I'm giving it back to doctor again. Doctor, you can take it over. I think you can reclaim.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sindhal. I'll just take over the host again. I can only see your name. I can't see my name.
What happened?
I didn't
Can I
find
just see?
participant. No, I'll just put find participant, put my name. Yeah.
No, I'm making you, doctor.
No, got it. So I can. Huh? I don't think you can make it. I have to reclaim.
No, I can give it to you.
Okay, I
I've given it to
reclaimed
you.
host.
Yes, super doctor.
Right. So before we go to the last few slides to close the session and open it out for interaction, I hope you all understand the orientation of this program. It's very different and very new from any of the programs we've done before. And I would like some of the people who have actually been in my previous programs to tell me if they appreciate this approach. Because I feel that when you talk about wellness, your whole wellness is important. And one of the areas of wellness is financial wellness. So people get really nervous. So that interferes with other wellness. It interferes with your emotional wellness. It interferes with your mental wellness, interferes with your physical wellness. Like when I got diagnosed with cancer, the first thing was I had to check if there was enough savings which would cover my costs. Supposing there were not enough savings, what will I do? I'll have to think of how to get it. So just give one or two of you just before because we've got lots more to cover. One or two of you just share. Do you like this approach and do you feel it's useful? And because I feel Mr. Senthil he's got very clear guidelines which he can offer you. We have a WhatsApp class, which I will be telling you about for 2 days, 2 hours per session. And after that, we'll be following it up with a more intensive program. We'll tell you about that also. But if you really think this is going to be valid, what I feel is you will learn to evaluate where you are financially, how to budget, how to take your steps forward, where are the areas, what resonates with you may vary between each person. So who would like to, just two people? Yeah, Mr. Kanak Sabay, Dr. Kanak Sabay.
Yes, madam. Good evening, madam. It's very useful, as you told you. Financial freedom is absolutely essential, and none of us know about finance savings. And inflation is going up, our expenditure is going up, and more so, lifespan is also increasing with more of health expenditure. And this is absolutely essential, madam. Thank you very much for just having this innovative idea of combining health talk with the financial talk also. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? One more person, and then from Mr. Senthil's community, you tell us whether the combination of health with the wealth is something that you appreciate or you like.
Dr. Subramani, Mr. Subramani, you want to share something? Like you want to unmute the mic? I think you're on mute. I think you should go on
mute,
unmute.
sir. You unmute
You're on
yourself,
mute.
sir. Subramani, sir. Unmute yourself.
I think you should go on unmute. Yes. Yes. No. You're once again muted. You're once again muted. You'll touch only once, sir. Yes, you can speak.
Yeah, now you talk, sir.
Yeah, actually, there was an incoming call. I just
sorry. Okay, right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Extremely useful program. Okay, thank you. Anybody else would like to share anything?
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Now, let me just finish the rest of it. Now, what I'm going to share with you now is going to, wait a minute. I have this funny thing which happens with my computer where the thing will work on its own. It won't. It just, the stylus, the pointer keeps flickering around independent of my control. And it happens suddenly in the middle of a program. Sorry. This PPT has sort of gone out of the scope. Okay, let me stop the recording so all this doesn't go on to the YouTube. Okay. The PPT has completely disappeared from my. I'm sorry. Right. Anyway, the rest next to the slides are, I'll sum it up for you. We have one is a slide which tells you that life has no replay. There's a very nice video where there is a youngster. I can tell you the story. Where is a youngster who has a humdrum life. Every day he wakes up at 7 o'clock, goes to work, and as he's having breakfast, his son says, "Papa, is there something?" He wants to ask him something. He said, "Not now." Then he gets up and he goes without taking breakfast. The wife comes from the kitchen and says, "Look, you're going, at least you can give me a hug before you go." But this chap says, "Oh," and he just goes off. Now, this kind of life he's leading every day. Then one day, what happens? He wakes up and he finds that when he opens the newspaper, he finds an obituary with his picture in it. Then he's very shocked. And so he calls out to his wife. He sees his wife sitting on a sofa with a white dress as a widow in mourning. Then he looks back and then he finds her mother and father also in white coming to and then he goes and checks on the son. The son is also depressed and sitting. And he looks out and he sees his body ready for being taken to the crematorium, lying there. Then he is very shocked and he goes and he stops and thinks about how he turns away his son. He doesn't have time for his family. He doesn't have time for being nice to his wife and all this. And the realization comes and he says a prayer to God and says, "God, give me one more day, just one more day, so that I can
Doctor, you want to start the recording, doctor? Do you want to start the recording? Is it required? Recording is required.
Because my mouse is playing havoc here. I'm not able to get to the thing. That's why I'm telling the story.
No, recording. Zoom recording.
Vanda. Not necessary. Because it will go to YouTube. So I don't want.
Okay.
So what you need to understand is that this fellow begs God for one more day. And God says, yes. And he tells God, "I just want to play with my son. I want to hug my wife. I want to be nice to my in-laws. I want to be a person who is not so negligent of everything around me." And God grants his wish. And then he actually wakes up thinking it's a dream actually that he has had. It is encompassed that way. So what the message there is, life has no replay. Please understand that. And like I said, being in the present is extremely critical. And we should not waste the life we have been blessed with. So live your life as fully as you can, as well as you can, as efficiently as you can. I'll try one more time to get this in order.
Let me share that, doctor. Shall I?
Yeah, why don't you share it? But I have to give you control.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can share the slides. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sharing this.
Wait. Let me give you control. Where I don't get your. Yeah, made you host. You can share that.
Thanks a lot, doctor. I just got it. Okay. So, you want to talk about questions, doctor, or shall we go for the questions, or shall I go to the next slide?
Finish telling them about the WhatsApp class, and then we'll wait for questions.
Okay. Thanks, doctor. Yeah. So go ahead, doctor. I'll just control the slides. You can speak. Yeah.
What we've got is, we've got a 2-day WhatsApp class plan. It will be 2 hours, 6 to 8 p.m. on 19th and 20th of July, which I think is Friday and Saturday evening. Now, we have a WhatsApp group which you can join. I've put the link in the chat already. And what we're going to do during the WhatsApp classes, we're going to have, next slide, please.
Yes, doctor.
We are going to have this class, and it's actually the value is 999. But click once.
Yes, doctor.
Yeah, but we are not going to give it to you for 999. We are going to give it to you for just mere 99 rupees. So I'm putting the link in the chat, and those of you who want, please copy the link. You can pay for the 99 through this link, and you can join the WhatsApp class. Let me tell you what we're going to do in the WhatsApp class. You listen to the introductory information that we just gave you. But what you're going to know and see is going to be a little more depth, where in the 2 hours, we will dedicate one entire hour to what is called as hot seat. So we will tell you the theory part of it, and then we'll take up one or two people, depending upon the time available, where they have a health issue of midlife crisis, where I will guide them and coach them on how to tackle that problem. And somebody else who wants some financial advice, where he will coach and he will on the spot guide you how to do it. So if you attend the thing, it will be a random person that we will pick on that day. And we'll ask you all to raise your hands and who wants to come and things like that. And then we'll make a random choice. So I promise you, you will get a lot of value in those 4 hours. And we will be continuing the same theme. So you got an inkling. This is like a trailer. So you will be getting the same theme. So this is just an information I've given you. Please copy the link which is there in the chat box. And you can click on it and it will take you straight to the platform. Somebody has already paid. Thank you very much. What's his name? Let's see. Yeah, Arul Arasi, the Janani has already paid. So just copy that link, keep it with you, make your decision. I will also be posting it in the WhatsApp group. So those of you who miss it here can pick it up from there. Now we'll open up to questions, and then just to say a big thank you to all of you for spending your evening with us and giving us the opportunity to be able to help you live your life as well as you can by sharing our experience. So thank you very much. You can stop sharing, Sindhu.
Yeah. Yes, doctor.
Yeah. So now we are open to questions. Any doubts about what the WhatsApp program will be like and things like that, that also you're welcome to ask. And your investment is just 99 rupees, for which you will get high value. And in that 99 rupees, understand that now even a cup of coffee is pretty expensive. So 100 rupees doesn't get you much. But Mr. Sendil will tell you how to multiply that 100 rupees into 100,000 rupees and more. You will go away with some takeaways which you can practically implement straight away. But that's the way we do our WhatsApp classes. We teach you a skill so that you understand that building these skills is worthwhile. Our major program will be a 10-week program in which we do 3 weeks of foundation, 3 weeks of skill building, 3 weeks of mastery. But we'll tell you about that at the end of the WhatsApp class. So any questions, any doubts, any comments? Anybody wants to say anything? Anybody who can add to the evening's deliberations? Priyanka, do you want to say anything? Devi, Chitra, Meera, Sudhir, Ramana, Maninder, calling all your names, even though some of you don't have your Kannan. Yes, do you want to say something, sir? Kannan Subramaniam. You unmute yourself,
Madam,
sir.
yeah. Madam, this is Meera Ramesh. I want to say.
Wait, Meera, 1 second.
Yeah.
Mr. Kannan, yes.
Yes, ma'am. It was very useful for both financial and also our mental health well-being, ma'am.
So anyway, you will get more out of that. Yes, Meera.
Yes, madam. This is a new way, innovative idea, coupling mental health as well as with the financial knowledge. And especially for ladies like me, I have no knowledge about finance investments.
None of us do. I know, as a lady, I also never knew. So, Priyanka, you're a lady doctor. So, what do you think? Do you think such a program is beneficial to you?
Yes, ma'am, definitely. Even I don't know about anything, ma'am. I would like to learn more, ma'am.
Good. Devi, you're a singer. So how do you manage your finances? Do you have any clue how to do it?
Not really, little bit, but I think this program will throw more light.
Okay. Chitra is a housewife. Now the person who signed up is a young artist from Salem. Arul Arsi is already signed up. She's Janani.
Yes, ma'am.
And she is a young artist from Salem.
Very nice. Sharad
So
has
Dr.
raised the hand.
Kanakasabai, I already told you. Yeah, who else? Who's talking? Sorry, go
Yeah,
ahead.
Sharad wanted to raise his hand. Sharad wanted to say something.
Please, Sharad, please go ahead.
Yeah, I think the most wonderful thing is, and the most innovative thing is the sample that practically you are going to take up somebody's health problem and, kind of display how you are going to help that person to solve that problem. I think this is the most innovative thing that I have ever seen in a program. And it is really, the practical part is really going to be very, very helpful.
Thank you, Sharad. Now, Sharad is in a half-yearly membership program in my community. We have a membership program which is monthly renewable, quarterly renewable, half-yearly renewable, annually renewable. Priyanka is an annual member. Devi is monthly renewable. Sharad is half-yearly. So we have these different categories, and we meet every morning between 7 a.m. and 7:30 a.m. And I'm going to open up that Kickstart Your Day in the Right Way huddle to all of those who join our deeper program later. In the group coaching program, the bigger program, I'm going to open up the huddle even to those participants. Because what we do is in the morning between 7 and 7:30 a.m. This week, I actually put it up for free. I put the link there if they want to experience. Tomorrow, we are doing a dedicated Ho'oponopono workshop from 7 to 8:30. So they can experience maybe the Friday's huddle if they want. But after that, the free part is over. Only for members it will be. We share an inspiration. We share a gratitude. We share a forgiveness. We do a prayer. We do Ho'oponopono. We get ideas to do a random act of kindness. We get ideas how to appreciate somebody. We get self-healing affirmations. We say 3 or 4 affirmations. We get a quotation, and then we work on who's said the quotation. We expand our general knowledge by knowing who they are. We do all of this in that half an hour. So it gives a very positive kickstart to the day.
Just one
and
more.
What happens is throughout the day, those things keep coming and going in your head. So you're in that positive frame of mind.
I have one more point to make. Your slides were very inspiring, and very attractive, and they really stood out. And the other thing is that your energy, you spoke almost without taking a pause. That is also very inspiring and fantastic that this age somebody can do it like this. Then maybe we also need to.
I wasn't sure whether you're talking about me or
I am talking about you right now.
Okay.
And as far as Mr. Senthil is concerned, I am a very bad finance person, although I've been in corporate. But the way you presented everything was very clear and in a very simple manner, and very understandable for any person who doesn't know ABCD of finance. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sharad. And my thanks are also due to Nishant and Isha, who are Senthil's team, who actually helped me to tweak my slides and make them more impressive. So that is I'd like to publicly acknowledge their help and assistance and support.
Most welcome, Doctor.
Right. So if we are done, can
Sharad
we close?
Sharad wants
anyone
to
wants to talk?
Sharad
Yeah.
wants to ask a question or somebody. Yeah. Go ahead,
I
Madam
think
Chitra,
he
madam.
didn't lower
Yeah.
his hand, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was also already interested in investing. So I would like to learn more from investing in health and
Who's
wealth
talking?
now.
Who's talking?
Chitra.
Chitra, madam.
Okay, okay.
Sure, madam. We'll help you out. Question.
Yeah.
What is the question, madam? Yeah, go ahead. We'll help you out.
Yeah, I was already interested very much in investment. So now I'm going to learn for wealth and health. So
Super. We'll do it.
somewhere I wanted to start.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you all very much for being such an active group. And thank you, Mr. Sendil, for partnering with me and creating this program. Thank you to every single person. And I really wish you all the best in your health and wealth journey. And it doesn't matter what age you are, the sooner you get some financial literacy, the better your life will be. The sooner you start taking self-care and start loving yourself and taking care of yourself and your health, the better your life will be, the longer you will live, and the happier you're likely to be. So if we as a team can achieve that for as many of you as possible, I think both of us will feel very blessed and very, very privileged. So thank you all very much. Good night.
Thank you.
And have a wonderful life and a wonderful rest of the night. And we will see as many of you as possible in the WhatsApp class. Invest just 99 in your own welfare, and we'll be happy to take you to the next step. So good night, everybody, and thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.